What's up, guys? Welcome back to another TheSportUniverse Reacts. So today I'm going to be reacting to the start of the Knicks season. I know it's not like a really main key issue, but I'm a Knicks fan, and I figure why not get something out that I'm more passionate about. So the Knicks have played 4 games, and they're 1-3. Last night they got their first win behind a big performance by Bobby Portis. This is going to be... Actually, I don't know really where this video is going to go. I might go on a few, that's how you say words, a few tangents. I don't know. When I get passionate about something, I don't really know where it's going to take me. So, first off, the Knicks have been, in all honesty, very impressive so far. I know their 1-3 doesn't sound like an impressive record, but if you've been watching and aren't a pessimistic Knicks fan, I know a few. There's a lot of good things that the Knicks are doing. They haven't been able to end games well, but the beginning of games have been pretty good for them. I gotta stop saying that. Julius Randle has struggled a little bit, but definitely his first game was really good. I'm not sure his stat line from last night's game, but he's definitely shown some really good signs. Marcus Morris has been, I'd say, his usual self. He's not going to be a person that scores all the time. He had a really good first game. And he does everything really well, plays defense, gives an intensity to the Knicks, which is really nice. I'm saving RJ for the end because that's who I really want to talk about. Who else? Bobby Portis had been really struggling for the first 3 games, and I was like, why is he on the court? Why'd they sign him? And then yesterday he comes out in the fourth quarter and just blows everything out of the water, if that's the right thing that I'm looking for. Ow, I just rolled over my foot. Okay, let's keep it going, right? You play through injuries. Now I forgot what I was saying. We'll figure it out. Okay. There we go. Bobby Portis, he blew everyone. He blew the game. What am I looking for? Okay. He played really well for the Knicks yesterday. In the fourth quarter, giving them the lead, eventually giving them the win. I mean, they were down in the fourth quarter by, what was it, at least 10 at one point. And they came back, obviously, and won. Then who else do I really... Frank Ntilikina has been a disappointment. He's always been a disappointment, to be honest, which is really sad. But I think this is partially due to David Fizdale. He's not really playing him. But you gotta be deserving of your time that you get on the court, and I guess Frank hasn't really shown it. I mean, for us watchers of Knicks fans, like Knicks games, you can't really see if he deserved it or not. Maybe it's in practice he's not doing well. I don't know. It always seems that David Fizdale's had a thing against Frank Ntilikina, but I don't really believe that coaches try and sabotage the players. I just think Frank Ntilikina might not be that the star. He's never been projected as a star, but the talent that an 8th overall pick would be. He's just a good defensive player, and that's really it. Dennis Smith Jr. Everyone's getting on Dennis Smith Jr., and I really don't think it's right that they get on him like this. He's a great talent, and he's struggling right now. I mean, it's only been 4 games. I'd say he's probably played in total 30 minutes maybe. It was 10, I think it was 10, 5, and 15 or something. So that equals 30. First off, he's coming off an injury that's definitely slowed him down. He's not been able to get in the flow because of the injury, because of the lack of playing time. And on both sides, I think David Fizdale's right for not playing him that much. He's trying to get him in as much as he can to get him back in the flow of things. But you can't just put your team behind. If Dennis Smith Jr. is not playing well, you can't just keep him in the whole time or a longer time and keep the Knicks losing, getting further away from the lead, which is something that a coach has to deal with. Makes sense. But I really want to talk about RJ Barrett. He's been really good at everything besides free throws, but I'm just going to hold free throws off. I mean, he'll figure it out eventually. He's not a bad shooter, so it's something that'll just come to him. But I mean, everything he's doing is good. He seems to be all over the court. I mean, the passing lanes. It feels like the Knicks have just been really good at that this year, getting steals and stuff like that. But he runs the court well. He shoots well. He passes well. He rebounds well. I mean, he hasn't really shown one weakness besides the free throws. I think he's probably averaging close to 20 points. There's nothing bad you can say about him. And I mean, Zion not being around right now, he's the favorite for Rookie of the Year, I'd say. But I mean, Zion's definitely going to come back and I feel like put up a good fight. I'm not going to get ahead of myself with RJ, but for 4 games, he's done really well. And for the Knicks in general, they've played really well as a team, like I said in the beginning. It's just the end of the game where they need like that shooter to go to, they can't really find. And I think that's going to be a common theme for the Knicks this year. I mean, you look at their roster, there's no one that you can point to and it's like, okay, that's who's going to get the ball at the end. Maybe Kevin Knox or RJ Barrett turns into that, or someone else turns into that. And that's going to come at some point in the season. But right now, that's their biggest weakness, figuring out who's going to shoot the ball. Not because of the extreme talent they have on offense, but the lack of shooting talent that they do have. There's just not one person to point to and it's like, you're going to shoot it. It was Kristaps last year. It was Carmelo a few years ago. They just don't have that go-to. And I mean, even when they did have Carmelo and Kristaps, it wasn't the greatest, but they still had someone. But they're still trying to figure that out. I don't know if they're ever going to figure that out. But I know 1-3 doesn't sound like a great record, obviously, but it's been fun to watch. I'm happy to have NBA to watch while my other sports teams are doing what they're doing. But I guess that's a Reacts. Thanks for watching. Like the video, go subscribe to our YouTube, which this is on, obviously. You can follow us on Instagram and the new things. I don't really know how Spotify and Apple Podcasts work, but do whatever you can on those if you want. We have, depending on how it all works out, an interview for this week. Hopefully the 2 people that I am talking to right now get back to me by Saturday. If they don't, it's going to be pushed back a little, but I'm not going to, force anyone to do it quicker. It's their schedule that I'm dealing with. But we definitely have some interviews coming out, so that's very exciting. Keep an eye out for them. Obviously, I'll be putting it on Instagram and all that stuff. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.